Hello and a pleasant welcome to Star Television Network on Channel 21, and I am Sienna Wright with the national news. First, the headlines. President Julius Maada Bio on June 16, 2019, officially launched the Ahmed Tijan Kabah Foundation.
A man whose humility, simplicity, and dedication to service and nation will forever live on.
The AIDS Healthcare Foundation and a network of HIV positives in Sierra Leone have engaged schools on public health lectures.
We are augmenting or complementing the efforts of governments to mitigate against HIV and AIDS. But we don't just support in mitigating or preventing HIV and AIDS, we also support in other areas of advocacy.
Media Matters for Women Sierra Leone has commenced a 2-day training of young women advocacy on how to empower women on sexual reproductive health rights.
Today, we call on sexual and reproductive health for men, women empowered through media advocacy.
The Honorable Minister of Health and Sanitation, Professor Alpha T. Wuri, officially launched the Sierra Leone Mental Health Strategic Plan and Policy for 2019 to 2023.
National Mental Health Policy and Strategic Plan 2019 to 2023 is a unique opportunity to demonstrate support for people affected by mental health.
And in sports, the head of Mighty Blackpool Football Club, Mohamed Jawara, has called on the executive of the club, headed by Honorable Alpha Timbo, to pay his balance signing fee of 10,900,000 leones, and if the club fails, he will seek legal redress.
I made the 50 million, Timbo offer me assistant 10 million. Now when they don't set me aside, they don't want to give me that money though.
Those were the headlines. It's now time for the news in detail with me, Sienna Wright. President Julius Maada Bio on June 16, 2019, officially launched the Ahmed Tijan Kabah Foundation. Reflecting on the accomplishments during his tenure as president, he made it the main mission of his presidency to bring an end to the country's protracted civil war. Here is a highlight of the launching.
We celebrate the life and legacy of a worthy citizen, our former president, a man of great faith, courage, who remained passionate about fostering the culture of peace and building enduring institutions, a man whose humility, simplicity, and dedication to service and nation will forever live on. I'm grateful that I am the president here today, tasked with the singular honor of launching the Ahmed Tijan Kabah Foundation. With the objective of promoting peaceful coexistence, cohesion, tolerance, respect, and justice. In his own words, he appealed to the best in us Sierra Leoneans In his inaugural statement, he adjured Sierra Leoneans to ensure that all their actions as rulers and the ruled be directed at sustaining the best interest of our country, Sierra Leone. He said, and I quote, "It is my hope that our joint efforts and action will be framed solely in the best interest of the people of Sierra Leone. I trust that in my duties of governing, you and I may count not only on the cooperation of elected members of all parties in our new parliament, but our press, professional bodies, and other national institutions." End of quote. As I said recently, let us embrace the ties that bind us as a nation, not those things that blind us to our primary duty to nation. President Tijan Kabah cautioned against real danger. The persons may take advantage of the tyranny of ignorance, superstition, disease, violence, and poverty. He called on everyone to start working immediately to make Sierra Leone what God intended her to be: serene, secure, prosperous. It is this challenge and the vision of Sierra Leone that we must aspire towards with honesty and dedication, always. In addition to appealing to our sense of unconditional patriotism, President Ahmed Tijan Kabah was clear on the importance of building strong institutions as the key balusters of democracy and national development. He enjoined all thoughts, and I quote, "From the evidence of history, strong and successful nations have always been, but on and nurtured by two fundamental prerequisites: the strength and efficiency of their national institutions, and more significantly, the patriotism of their citizens." End of quote. Institutions are only as resilient as we make them, and we must ensure that their integrity is not undermined by parochial interests of nepotism and naked partisanship. President Ahmed Tijan Kabah maintained, and I quote again, "I need not remind you that this is your government. Its institutions are your institutions, and its resources are your resources. They are yours to use, yours to enjoy, and yours to protect against abuse, wastage, or misappropriation." End of quote.
The AIDS Healthcare Foundation and the Network of HIV Positives in Sierra Leone has engaged schools on public health lectures to strengthen the advocacy in mitigating the impact of HIV/AIDS among adolescent girls. Compiled by Sardumba Maturi, read in our studios by Moses Oju-Kemara.
In complementing the effort of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation and the Network for HIV Positives in Sierra Leone have held a public lecture and quiz competition for schools within the western area and distributed sanitary pads to girls. Dr. John M. Bente from the AIDS Healthcare Foundation Sierra Leone disclosed that the objective of the public lecture is to raise awareness on the impact of HIV and AIDS through its mitigation measures and strengthen HIV and AIDS advocacy.
We are partners with the National AIDS Control Program. We are augmenting or complementing the efforts of governments to mitigate against HIV and AIDS. But we don't just support in mitigating or preventing HIV and AIDS, we also support in other areas of advocacy.
Speaking on behalf of the Chief Executive Officer, Network of HIV Positive in Sierra Leone, Hamadou Levy, maintained that in commemorating the International Day of the African Child, they thought it fit to engage adolescent girls and boys on a public health lecture on HIV, AIDS, STI, including menstrual hygiene.
on behalf of the TIPS, the Executive Director, and all staff to give a brief statement. In commemoration of the African Child's Day, June 16, AHF thought that we must engage adolescent girls and boys in order to foster relevant information concerning public health and particularly menstrual hygiene.
One of the beneficiaries, a pupil from the St. Joseph Secondary School, Joycey, disclosed that they have learned a lot from the public health lecture delivered by AIDS Healthcare Foundation and its partners, and they are pleased with the distribution of sanitary pads that will enhance their hygiene condition.
The sanitary pad they give us today is very important to us because, like, we're able to use it. We now have washable pads like before. As we used to sanitary pads to throw them away. Now we're able to go out in school. We have soaps here. Whenever we're going to school, we're able to use sanitary pads, our school soap and everything inside our bags. So in case we have our period at school, we feel shy and then we use it correctly. We know how to clean ourselves.
So how will this...
Say for example, if you had your menstrual period at home and you have this washable pads, you don't need to remove pad and throw them away. Just remove the pad, go and fetch a bucket of water, come with it and wash it properly. Throw the water in the toilet, then be able to use it again. That we girls should know how we are able to carry ourselves, especially when our menstrual flow. We should not be feeling shy to come to school because of we have our menstrual flow or all that stuff. And we should be able to take care of ourselves, maintain ourselves while on our menstrual flow.
For Star News, Sadomba Maturi reporting.
Media Matters for Women Sierra Leone has commenced a 2-day training of young women advocacy on how to empower women on sexual reproductive health rights, so as to help them understand fully their rights and obligation to promote womanhood. Andrew Bestman reports.
In ceremony, the project director, Florence Fatmata Sise, said the launching of the project was to help empower young women across the country to be able to understand their sexual and reproductive health.
And this project they launched today, we call them sexual and reproductive health for men, women, they empowered through media advocacy. We look and say, woman in well body one, everything but woman in body in reproductive health. We need to get information for that. We know say we begin and they get belly, then they drop out of school. We know say we begin them, they don't even understand for use family planning services. And even if they understand, it's accessible to them, they prefer for talk with them paddy they go get misunderstanding than they talk with them parents them for get understanding. We just don't launch na Kenema and McKinney go Kandong Nayam.
The Executive Director of Women Advocacy and Agricultural Development Organization, Doris Fatima Weber, explained the importance of the project and encouraged women, particularly in the Western Area Rural District, to understand that information is power and that they should stand firm to share the knowledge achieved during the training workshop.
When you talk about reproductive health, the health we all know say na well body. And when you talk about reproductive, it means say na when you reproduce. Mommy and daddy they born pikin. Plants they reproduce. Animals they reproduce. But today we dey na here for look at the reproduction of mortal man, especially the woman and the young people there, the girl picking for that matter. And when you talk about media, we all know say now one means, now one way for share information. For let information reach quick.
One of the participants, Fatmata Beatrice Leby, commended the organizers for the launching of this project which, according to her, will help women across the country to be empowered and understand fully their sexual and reproductive health rights.
And this media matters. What I learned there is very, very much important now woman and life and the girl picking them and when reproductive health. And this project is very much important for women. For say how you go able take care of yourself where you be you as a woman, you get belly, you be kumbra, anyhow you go able to take care of yourself. So that is very, very much important. And that's now education where we no ever get as woman then now it makes a woman then they go astray. Now it makes a woman then they die where they get belly. Now it makes a woman then they get very, very negative things them where they be as woman where they not they married host. But for this meeting today, I don't can say if anything meets me, I get sickness, I get anything, I forgo na hospital. The hospital then na the best solution. Now they the best solution.
Women empowerment is cardinal towards fostering good governance issues and understanding their role in society. Andrew Bestman reporting.
You're still with the local news bulletin file here on Star Television Network on Channel 21, and on to the next story. The Honorable Minister of Health and Sanitation, Professor Alpha T. Wuri, officially launched the Sierra Leone Mental Health Strategic Plan and Policy for 2019 to 2023 at the Miata Conference Hall. Here is the story.
The mental health policy and strategy is a commitment at the highest level of the government of Sierra Leone in support of the citizens of Sierra Leone who are in need of mental health services, and indeed a commitment to prevention and to rehabilitation. And it also sets the strategic direction for the Ministry of Health and provides a guide so that partners and well-wishers can align our resources and support. But it is just a beginning, and indeed we need to go beyond the beginning and actually make sure that the policy and strategy are implemented.
As Sierra Leone launches its national mental health policy and strategic plan by the Honorable Minister of Health and Sanitation, Professor Alpha T. Wuri, we must commit ourselves to improve the lives of people of this country who are affected by the mental health disorder, and also join the global efforts in addressing mental health challenges. Mental health care and services continue to be a neglected component in health service delivery in Sierra Leone, with a high social and economic impact on society. The launch of the National Mental Health Policy and Strategic Plan 2019 to 2023 is a unique opportunity to demonstrate support for people affected by mental health disorder.
You know, the Ministry of Health cherishes partnership. Imagine how much work we should do the Ministry of Social Welfare to be able to access the women, unemployed, the orphans. Without the Ministry of Social Welfare, we cannot do a lot. The young people, you know, the Ministry of Youth is underplayed. It is a critical ministry for the development of this country. And I can see the value of high-density interventions as a frontline ministry. You know, I served as Minister of Education, Youth and Sports. And after we returned, after the war, when we returned from Conakry, Guinea, and we restarted school in 1997, the mainline intervention was games. We ensured we're talking about volleyball, football. It's as if the Ministry of Education is just a Ministry of Sports. No? But it was a way of taking the first step in traumatizing the people. As a day, we did not talk about physics, chemistry, no? We talk about maths and English only and sports. Maths, English only and sports for almost 3 months to get people to come back into the mainframe. So the Ministry of Sports is critical for you all. And I believe somebody is doing some sports, should be doing something that deals with recreation within the facilities of the psychiatric hospital. So noting that the keynote address has already been given, noting that what I'm doing now is just towards the launch, may I now therefore say, on behalf of His Excellency the President, who indeed have already highlighted the steps we must take for mental health, and now launch mental health policy and mental health strategic plan for the years 2019 to 2023. Mental health policy and mental health strategy. Thank you.
And now to round up the news sports. The head of Mighty Blackpool Football Club, Mohamed Jawara, has called on the executive of the club, headed by Honorable Alpha Timbo, to pay his balance signing fee of 10,900,000 leones, and if the club fails, he will seek legal redress. Now let's join our sports correspondent Hilton John for what's happening in the sporting world.
Thanks to Isiana in the studio for some sporting news. We start to look at the scene. Still an issue with the Mighty Blackpool Football Club, as the head coach, who is Mohamed Jawara, has called on the executive, headed by Alpha Timbo, the Minister of Basic Education in the country, to pay him his balance fee of 10.9 million euros, according to the head coach, or else he will seek a legal redress against the club. Mohamed Jawara explained more to Star Sports.
Well, when all been they unveil me that 50 million, who Musa Tawali say he offer me the 50 million, Timbo offer me assistant 10 million. Now when they don't set me aside, they don't want to give me that money though. Then including a 3-month salary when they forgive me.
So how much money left?
All is 10 million and 900,000.
So you don't get in touch with the club?
I don't call them JJ the Alapami say not to forgive me money, and JJ can't give me money like that. Now give me half of that money, then I pay 15 million. Now they tell me not to me for club. Then when they come meet me just now, when they tell me say, well that money them say then they give me pan, they unveiling, they not they give me the money again. A Blackpool money.
So what I be say they give 50 million?
15 million.
What I be say they give 50 million?
Timbo, I said sorry, Musa Tawali, you were there. When Musa Tawali say I they unveil this coach with 15 million, you were there.
So if Mighty Blackpool not give you money where they claim now, what's going to be next step?
Well, I go to the FA, work then I get for ask advice from my lawyer.
So, what do you think say why they set you aside?
I feel say it's about the money, because I want green game at the loss and I don't play bad game with them. But because I ask them for the money, yes, that they the problem can be.
So you think say the reason that make them set you aside?
Yes, that's the reason. All see me games and what I play. I don't play bad game. Yes, I do go even Lions. Look how many game junkies that go with Lions, before you begin keep back. Now I draw 3 games, first rounds I win 2 games, I lost 1 game. And even that, some of the players when they bring in, not to me even for bring them, they more cause the penalty. Now JJ bring and can, and there's more Wellington. Now JJ bring and can, not to me bring and, but I mean they take the big thing for that.
So now almost left for make Mighty Blackpool give
10,900,000.
This is the second time the head coach is calling on the executive of Mighty Blackpool Football Club to pay him his balance fee of 10.9 million. So, in other words, what is wrong with Mighty Blackpool? We tried to get the side of the club, but the executive refused to take an interview. More news in the local scene as a way to foster good relationship among students in the country. A wonder football competition has concluded at the Football Academy between the Anthem of West African Football College Law Department and College of Medicine. It was very interesting for these 2 universities in the friendly match where the FBC Law Department succeeded by 3-1. According to the coordinator of the one-day competition, Ajoke Thomas, she said this is good, it helps to identify young talent within the university. Ajoke explained more to Star Sports.
all I'll say for now, to God I'll say thank you, because it's not an easy task to put students together, more especially the young lawyers to be and the doctors to be. It wasn't an easy task, but I'll say thank to God because the weather was good, and then the coordination from the president of SLIMSA and that of myself. So I'll say thank God with my committee members. I'll say thank God for this because it wasn't easy, but with God I'll say thank you. I'm very sure because over the years we've never got this before. It's the first time, and with God I'm sure they are going to continuously doing this for the Department of Law and that of students of medicine. Challenges were too much, but one thing I know from the mentor, my HOD, Dr. Abubakar Binekamaya, whatever you want in life, you go in for it. So starting up this thing, it wasn't easy. A lot of people were telling me, oh, Ajoke, it's very easy. Oh, Ajoke, you don't have students to come. Oh, Ajoke, is this, but with God. And then with my strength and the strength of College of Medicine, we did it.
Well, the mentality is changing within the university. In those days, you used to have about fighting in the university, but now it's all about sports. Congratulations to the students for short initiative, fostering good relationship among students in the country. In the international scene, Nigeria, they are out after we saw they receive a defeat in the hands of the French side in the ongoing Women's World Cup in France. They were defeated by goal to nil, despite in the view of the Nigerians, it was a controversial win. Here's the highlights of the game.
Here's a chance for France. Is that a foul by Abere? It will be checked. And having reviewed the VAR decision, it is a penalty. It is her second yellow. And she will have to leave the field. Wendy Renard's Women's World Cup get any more eventful? Oh, VAR are checking. There's a yellow card for the goalkeeper. Was she off her line? It's going to be taken again. She did have 2 feet off the line. You have to have 1 foot on the goal line when the ball is struck. It's Renard. And this time she converts. Relief.
This is a slow start for African teams in the ongoing World Cup in France. Unfortunately, our own country, Sierra Leone, is not part of the qualifying nations. Also, we saw a defeat for South Africa. They were properly massacred 4-0 in the hands of Germany. Here's the highlights.
First ever World Cup finals ends here unless something remarkable takes place. Corner kick for Germany. It's their first of the game. It's 0-0. It's a free header, it's in. Germany take the lead just before the quarter-hour mark. Poor ball, but it's going to be a tap-in. 2-0. Sarah Dabritz, after a horrible mistake by Tlamini. Well, it's a real nightmare for the goalkeeper. Crosses to Pop. 3-0. Beautiful cross and a really good header.
And finally, for today's sporting news, today is not Aisha Yuanting or Christopher Kamara, but is the former UEFA president, Michel Platini. He has been arrested by police in France. It could be recalled that he was part of the team when a bid was made by Qatar for 2022 World Cup. Here is the report.
It's since been confirmed. It's all connected to an inquiry into the awarding of the World Cups to Russia in 2018 and Qatar in 2022. Michel Platini, of course, a huge star back in the 80s in French football, then became head of UEFA, Europe's governing body, but was banned in 2015 for breaching ethics rules. That ban is due to run out this year. He was summoned as a witness, first of all, to this anti-corruption inquiry in France. He turned up with his lawyer and was detained. Now, he was one of the 24 members of FIFA's executive committee who awarded the World Cup to Qatar. A lot of focus in France has been on what happened at a particular lunch just before the awarding of the World Cups to Russia and Qatar back in November 2010 at the Élysée Palace, the French president's residence. Now, at the time, the French president was Nicolas Sarkozy.
Michel Platini in custody in France because of alleged corruption. Let's see what the outcome will bring in this case. That's all for sports.
Well, viewers, that's all we have for you here in our local news bulletin file for the hour on Star Television Network Channel 21. I am Sienna Wright. Thanks for watching and do stay with us.